Hello everyone. Today a lot of people requested to see my layout, so I'll show you my layout and my layout room. So if you've been watching my channel, this is the angle that you're familiar with. This co-op building in the back, I ended up really liking it. I always like to show it off. So I've got my station painted in the CP rail color. And I got a couple more buildings. This is basically downtown. So I've got downtown with the main street. I am not the scenery guy. If you want to know about scenery, you're watching the wrong channel. So basically what I have is an oval of track, which this is basically just enough track to test out my engines. I started out, had a much smaller layout, and then I bought my my Kato GS4 and the Southern Pacific Daylight 10-car train. So I needed to have a wide, very wide tracks to run that train. It's a beautiful train, but you gotta have really wide curves to run it. I like to run northern steam engines, so that's gonna come in handy in the future. Also, when you buy that set, they give you a display unitrack. These are it. They give you, I think, 7 lengths of display unitrack. So I used that to build my layout. I just bought the curve sections, and then I expanded it further later. So that's how I started, with just the one oval, and then I expanded that. You can watch my videos. I got the crossing gate, and then I doubled my track, and then I built the roundhouse. You can all see that. So I've got kind of my village there, and then this should be, a big classification yard. But right now I just have all my freight cars just sitting there. And well, that's actually why I never showed it. It's basically because there's not that much to see. But this is we're celebrating 1,000 subs, and I want to thank everybody for that. Everybody that subscribed makes me feel, it gives me fuel, to make more videos. So that is awesome. That is the best Christmas gift. So I'll show you the rest of the room. Here, this is all my connections for my roundhouse, and I have a power pack for the roundhouse. I have my Tech 2 power packs, which I run the 2 tracks with. You notice there's no switches, and there's no crossover. That I did that on purpose because I like to run the Bachmann 440 every once in a while. It's a very finicky engine, and it does not take much to get it. Even the crossing is hard for it. It's even hard for it to get the crossing. Oh, and I've got my police car and my fire truck. Now, I can't say I put that together quickly, but that's something that I really enjoy about this layout. That's something I always thought this was really cool, and I like to show it off when I get a chance. And then I've got my NCE power cab there, which I used to run my DCC and sound. So that's basically it for my electrical connections. And then next to my layout, I have a bunch of model cars. During the pandemic, I was looking for cars that I could get with free shipping. When you can get some of these with free shipping from China. There's the Ferrari 330 P4. That's the most beautiful car ever made. And then there's also a Gilles Villeneuve. I have the 2 race cars from Gilles Villeneuve, so these are interesting. I also got, next to that, I've got some Auto World. These haven't been made in a long while. Kind of makes you think about the passage of time. When these were made, a PT Cruiser was still cool. And what else didn't age well? Well, the Mini, not really known for its reliability, and the new Beetle, they did not age well. So that's interesting. These are really high quality auto art. If you get them, they're really high quality. These are from Hot Wheels. You're gonna see a lot of muscle cars. And then I have this other stand here, which has all my cabooses. So whatever I choose, I can have all cabooses ready to go. Also a bunch more freight car, put all my Penn Central cars here. All my Southern gondolas. These are all like the Backman cars, which have metal wheels, so I put a lot of them there. And then under that, I have a bunch of HO scale engines. So a bunch of HO scale engines. These are all custom paints that I did. You can watch the video on that. And these two B units here, that's a project that's coming up. I just got them, I have to clean them yet. But there you go, a bunch of HO scale engines. And then on this side here, these are all boxes of N scale engines. This one, there's a video on that one, if you want to see what's in there. And this is what I started filling up. So these are all N scale engines. All N scale engines. I got my favorites on the top, readily accessible. A lot of these have videos that go with them. And then I'll just show you around. And that is 125 scale cars. This one here, I made a video on it, so it's up to 3.2k views, which is a surprise. I've also got 1/18 scale cars. And there's a nice Backman set. Nice Backman set. I've had that for 30 years. I always kept it. So that's the 440. That's finicky. Really tough to run. So that is the Broadway. It's a 14 car set actually. This is the Daylight. That is the Santa Fe El Capitan. So these are all like big trains, big passenger trains. That's more engines in here, more engines, more engines, more engines. I got also all these Hot Wheels. These are the really good quality Hot Wheels. I think they call them black box. So they don't produce them anymore, but I enjoyed them. They're great. And there's more projects there. I got some buildings. I hate doing buildings, but I got a couple. And then these buildings are finished, and they got the it's the Miller Engineering signs. So these, I don't use them every day, but I should make a point to use them more. And then Richard Petty, always one of my racing heroes from a long time ago. So the Roundhouse, I did make a few videos on it. I've got these two Backman 060s. These, they run, but one of them has a broken gear, so they're pretty much useless. And then this layout, actually, I'm gonna put a link down below to one of my very first video. Actually, the first video, so you can check it out. Take a look at that and reminisce. So since I got my two trains on the track, this little guy right here, this is the one that got me to 1,000 views. So since we're celebrating that today, we're gonna run it. It's time to run some trains. So with the two engines running, two trains running at once, and my Cardo automatic crossing gate, it does create a lot of action. When I run both trains like that, if I put trains with DCC and sound, it does make for a lot of action. So what I'm missing in terms of switching, I make it up in terms of having a lot of action. So I've got the police and the fire truck and the crossing gate. So things keep moving. Yeah, these River Rossi 282s, they're very old, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't need to have DCC and sound all the time. These are the types of engines that I like. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you would like to see. I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.